is lowering every hour. The heavy weight of air turns sour. My lungs are dragging rocks through the hall, staring at the cracks along the jagged wall. The clock ticks like a hammer on a nail, a tightening around the throat so frail. I scramble for a window just to see the shadow of the man I used to be. Then a lightning bolt breaks through the gray, a sudden surge of light to lead the way. A golden honey hum inside my veins, walking out from underneath the range. The tension snaps and leaves a hollow space. A ghost of a smile returns to take its place. I am floating on an emerald tide, with nowhere left for all the ghosts to hide. But the pits are shattering on the floor, the lions are howling behind the door. The sky is turning black and bruised and mad, spilling every word that should have stayed unsaid. Fire in the kitchen and ice in the veins, trying to gather up a broken reins. The sweetness is a memory buried deep, while the mountain of the mess begins to steep. Yes, the plates are shattering on the floor, the lions are howling behind the door. The sky is burning black and bruised and mad, spilling every word that should have stayed unsaid. Fire in the kitchen and ice in the veins, trying to gather up the broken veins. The sweetness is a memory buried deep, while the mountain of the meth begins to steep. Words are arrows flying through the steam, waking up the neighbors from a dream. The joy was just a feather in a gale, now the ship is taking water by the rail. 1 minute breathing in the clover fields, the nets we are clashing on our iron shields. The pendulum is swinging far too wide, nowhere for the tired heart to reside. The veins in your neck are bulging blue, I am staying at a stranger wearing you. The air is thick enough to cut with knives, the wreckage of a dozen different lives. 1 second ago the world was bright and still, now we are tumbling down the stony hill. The salt is stinging in the open wound, the entire house is out of tune. Then the plates are shattering on the floor, the lions are howling behind the door. Sky is turning black and bruised and red, spilling every word that should have stayed unsaid. Fire in the kitchen and ice in the veins, trying to gather all the broken remains. Sweetness is a memory buried deep, was all the mountain of the man begins to steep. Yes, the plates are shimmering on the floor, the lions are howling behind the door. The sky is turning black and bruised and red, spilling every word that should have stayed unsaid. Fire in the kitchen and the ice in the veins, trying to gather up the broken lanes. The sickness is a memory buried deep, while the mountain of a mess begins to steep.